Hello, everyone. As usual, we're going to bring our speakers up.
Hi, everybody. Welcome.
Welcome, all my aliens, apes, and zombies. I'm so happy to be back at it again on Spaces. Man, we got a huge one. As you can see, Coach is in the house right now. We have Cool Blue herself. She's going to be coming up here in a second as a co-host. And we also have Seb back at it again with the Vayner NFT team and the Vayner family here. Seb, how we doing, my friend?
Doing good. I'm so excited for this one. This is going to be so great, this space. I just could feel the energy.
And I felt that energy when we were in the green room prior to coming on live here just a couple minutes ago when we were talking with Renee and Gio, which we're going to bring up here in a second. But just like, I don't want to bring up, stuff that is in the green room, but like, just like stories hearing about them being in the NFT space prior to even like contacting Vayner and seeing what's going on. So within these major brands, we're seeing people, within the brands that are knowledgeable within the NFT space, having these, these talks around the dinner table, maybe with spouses and loved ones that, that we're seeing and hearing in the green room prior to them even coming on today. And it just, you're hearing it more and more. And we want to bring that and more to today's spaces. So Leslie, how are we doing, Cool Blue?
Sorry, I'm tweeting.
That's quite all right. We have to multitask. We're getting the word out there. It's shortly after. We're actually waiting for people to come on in and join the room right now. So it's perfect time. The multitasking, one hand on the phone for spaces, one hand out there, and make sure that you guys are tweeting. All right. Because what we see right now, if you go over to Coach and you see their top tweet about an hour ago, as you can see, the first Coach NFT drop will be happening tomorrow. And they're giving away 80 NFTs. This is ridiculous. This is crazy. All right. In the 80th anniversary, they're giving a little love to the Coach customers, one NFT at a time. And it's all starting right here on Spaces. I mean, this is excellent. We're going to hear the latest and greatest here. Leslie, are we done? Are we got the tweets out there? Are we ready to go, my co-hosts?
Got the tweets out. Let everyone know we are live, and I see some familiar faces in the audience. POAP is here, first of all. That is exciting.
Yeah.
Maybe even an Easter egg. Going to be a really interesting treat for everyone who stays for the end, seeing that POAP image there. Yarstottle in the audience. Hey, Drip Ballers. Non-fungible Tom. I've seen you here before. Hi, everyone. Brennan. Look at these familiar faces. Got some Vayner NFT crew in here. Amazing. Thanks, everyone, for being here.
James, thanks for listening. I know you're busy working for Vayner there and you're having time to multitask, but we have some awesome stuff that you guys are seeing coming out from Coach. And I'm so happy to start bringing up some of our guests extraordinaire from Coach. All right. Leslie, you want to bring them up here and talk about it a little bit?
Let's do it. Yeah. So let's start with some intros as everyone is making their way into the space. Again, I am Leslie, Cool Blue, and I'm a senior account manager over here at Vayner NFT. I also host Twitter Spaces with Crypto Novo. Want to give an intro?
Welcome, all my aliens, apes, and zombies. I just want to get the latest news out there as quick as we can. And sometimes these spaces, I say most of the time, these spaces is where you can get the latest and greatest. I'm going to head it all over to Seb, because Seb, you could tell us a little bit more about, how we're getting coaches getting entered into space with this 40-year anniversary.
80.
Excuse me, 80, double that.
Seb, you with us?
Sorry, I'm here. Hey, everybody. Sebastian Otto, Senior Vice President of Client Partnerships at Vayner NFT, and so excited to be part of this program.
So excited for this. So, yeah, Crypto Nova, go ahead.
80 years in this space, and now we're giving away 80 NFTs. And what we have is Gio. And Gio is long name here. I'm usually calling people aliens, apes, and zombies, but the Senior VP of Global Visual Experience for Coach on the line right now. How are we doing? I know you're excited. You're in the green room. You are around your whole crew in the office right down there in Hudson Yard, right next to Vayner. How are we doing today?
We are so excited to see everybody on the screen and so excited to partner with you guys to do this amazing launch and really end the year with a big bang.
I am right now looking at, the NFTs that are spinning around, which will be available tomorrow's drop. And these things, man, as a great friend would say, Franelation, these things are just cute. These things are awesome. And I love these things. Can you tell us a little bit about, the NFTs entering into this space? Where did this idea come from?
Yeah, why did you guys decide to launch NFTs? And if there's anyone else on your team, let's intro them as well.
Yeah, so first maybe we introduce Renee, who is kind of next to me. She's also another alien, and she's very excited about this launch. You want to say hello?
Hi, everyone. I'm Renee Klein. I'm the VP over here at Coach of North America e-commerce, and I'm super excited to be joining this space. Want to say hi to everybody, and I'll turn it back over to Gio to answer why, and we'll get into some other fun things.
Thank you, Renee. Well, we've been doing a lot of digital experiments this year. For some of Coach followers, we've entered the gaming world, AR, VR. We've also launched some digital windows for the very first time this year. And somehow, after we saw the game with the cute animals, thank you, Nervo, for that nod. They're super cute. It felt like such the right connection to launch those NFTs as pieces of art, really. And I think that's what the animals are. So it felt like a really great segue, to start talking to some new clients and some new customers. So, yeah, it was a very organic decision, really. I don't think, and we've done this in such a short time. So kind of really listening to what people wanted and what people were asking for in the space.
Okay, so... Yeah, no, but go ahead.
I was going to say, so take me back to that first meeting, talking to you guys in the green room, you guys were talking amongst, people amongst your own family members or spouses that, you are talking about crypto native things, NFT things. So take me back to that first meeting, how did it evolve? I saw the video of you guys in your own workspace right now and how you guys are jamming on this stuff. So how did that first meeting take place?
And I'm wondering if it was a natural acceptance in the moment too. Was anyone skeptical when that idea first came about? I'll let you explain the story.
Yeah, sure. So I actually I'm a relatively new member to Coach, but I just to kind of backtrack a little bit, my husband is the one who kind of led me into this world. He and a bunch of friends of ours started, really kind of taking a look and investing in the crypto world many years ago. Back in like 2015, I think was the first time we started doing it, and over the last couple of years, we personally, as a family, started getting into Sandbox, and one of my favorite NFTs is one by Snoop Dogg. It's a car that we bought, and my kids were like, "What is this that you're spending money on?" But it's something that like my family is involved in, my kids are involved in. Actually, my two little girls are super fans of Simone Biles. We went to go see her recently at a Gold Over America tour, and when the Simone Biles NFTs went live, it just suddenly felt like this is not really outside of our world. This is in our world. This is part of my conversation that happens at the dinner table, and so I had the pleasure to meet Gio through an email that was exchanged once, and someone said, "Hey, I think Renee's kind of into NFTs," and Gio's like, "Hey, I think we're kind of thinking about this area," and it was like love at first sight. I mean, I think Gio and I just were like, boom, let's do this. Like, this is where it's at, and this is where the Coach's future is at, and we just like hit the ground running together.
That's incredible. That's such a good point too to think about. I'm imagining myself now if I were working for Coach or for any other company, I feel like I would be pushing my company to get into NFTs so that I could have the option to work in them as well, because it does take up a lot of my personal time too, and it's a passion point. And you're right, Renee, it's something that's so present in so many of our lives. And I'm curious now, what's been your favorite part about the NFT space so far?
Yeah, Gino, like I was actually gonna share a personal story at the back of what Renee was saying. When we launched,
Please.
and we did launch our first global game called Snow City, where the animals kind of were first introduced just December 1st. So only a few weeks ago. And when the game launched on our platforms here on Instagram in North America and WeChat in China, the number of comments of our clients kind of asking for NFTs of the animals was immediate. So it's not even something that, it was just in our minds, but kind of hearing what the customers want, it kind of made us kind of accelerate maybe the launch of this. Of course, we have 80th to celebrate. We also, we're celebrating our campaign of Give a Little Love. And that's one of the reasons why we actually giving them away, to first come, first serve, just to give a little bit of art back to our fans. And of course, most people were asking for the Rexy NFT. Rex is our Coach mascot, and I know she's going to be launching very soon. I cannot tell you the day, but she's one of the mascots, and I think listening to them was overwhelming. There was way too many people asking for them, so we accelerated it, and kind of working with Vayner has been a pleasure to kind of until today. So cannot wait for you guys are going to see tomorrow.
And it is that NFT community where you are reaching out to your customers, to your fan base. And a lot of those customers and fan base, are embedded within the company and the very people we're speaking with on today's spaces. And that's why it's important to get your voice and your vision out there through the people who are creating these concepts and ideas from and through big brands, because they are like-minded individuals for the very same people that are listening today that want to gain knowledge about the space, want to gain knowledge about, brands coming and entering in the space. Leslie, what question we got next for our fans out there for Coach?
Hey, I wanted to hear Renee's favorite part about NFT. Is that okay? Like, I'm curious.
Yeah, I want to hear it too. Yes.
What she's got to say, because I think we do have different backgrounds. I'd love to hear her perspective on this as well.
Thanks, Gio. I think I think what's really amazing for me, I kind of grew up in fashion. I've always been in fashion. I've been in like magazines and the beauty space as well. And I think all of that is basically a place where you kind of demonstrate your, how do I say, it's almost like you can kind of express yourself utilizing fashion, utilizing beauty, utilizing these things. And I've always known them in the physical world. And I think what's always been exciting to me about e-commerce is that there is this almost a two-dimensional space where you can access that exceptionally unique way of representing yourself and your style. And I think what has been striking me about NFTs is that it is just another place for that expression. And I know, like, if you kind of look at the landscape, it didn't really start with fashion brands. Fashion brands have like recently been entering into it. And I think the reason why it works so well with fashion is because it's another skin. It's another version of you. It's another representation of you. It's like a piece of art you might buy that represents your style. And I think it is so seamlessly part of fashion vernacular that I think like that to me is the most exciting and interesting thing, and why I'm interested in it is because it really is an extension of fashion as a concept.
Yeah, thank you, Renee. One thing that we talk about at Coach is really creating this authentic connection with the customer, and that's why it kind of felt very organic. It felt like it was the right time, and it was kind of like such a good extension of the game. And to your idea about expressing yourself, that's why we really see this, even especially for the first launch, we really see this as about giving away art. And that's what those characters are, but at the same time sharing joy and optimism we all had a very, very, intense year globally. So this felt like a nice nod to end the year on a positive note as well. And I think that's what even the coach campaign is all about. Give a little love, give a little art, give a little NFT.
Who gives nothing better on their birthday but the giving presents away on their birthday, let alone the 80th
Right,
80th
right.
NFTs?
Give me the candles.
That's so great. I wanted to jump in here and say it's such a pleasure to work with clients who are open to exploring. I think it's so important, and Gary talks a lot about this, is about being curious out in the world. And it's just been a real pleasure to work with this team because of your curiosity and exploring what's next. And I think the only way that you could truly be innovative is if you take that step forward. And I really commend the coach team on the back end here. And this is just the beginning. For all the listeners, like, this is just the beginning for many brands, not only Coach, but for those that are curious and have the courage to jump into the space, not knowing what's out there, I think says a lot about them.
100%. And I keep going back to what Renee was just talking about how we really do identify with the fashion that we choose. We identify with the drinks that we choose. We identify with the shoes, the shirts, the purses. And it is so fascinating to see that exact concept in the real world in the NFT space, where we are identifying with our art. You have my avatar is a world of women. Crypto Novo is his punk. Sebastian as his mutant. We are identifying with this art and thinking of NFTs as a digital asset. It makes complete sense to put so much of our own identity into it. Crypto Novo thoughts?
Yeah, can we actually talk about the art? I mean, I'm staring at this. I forgot I was actually at work. I was actually being a fan of the show right now, and I was looking at the art. Anything, Gio, Renee, that you could tell us about the art, the artist? I mean, this is awesome stuff, and this is so new that, like, a lot of people, we want these artists to be followed. That's the important part of this.
Yeah, believe it or not, like, actually all of the art was done in house by my amazing digital team. So I'm sure they are following now on the line. But a huge shout out to David, Cynthia, Joanne, who are on the call, and everything was done in house. So all of the 80th pieces of art were all done by the coach team. So which is even another great way of kind of giving back and kind of really exploring, the creative process a little bit in a new way. The art was basically conceived for the game initially, and we have this amazing, it's called Snow City, where you basically have a snowball that kind of rolls around New York City, and the more snow you get just points. And then animals appear, and the more you play, the more you learn, and the more you win. So they're very retro, very nostalgic, as you can see. So very, very with that coach lens. And they became art right after the game. So kudos to the team for making such beautiful pieces of art.
It's always a team effort, as you're seeing, Vayner getting the word out for Coach, and, Coach getting their word out to their fans, their fan base. And that's just what it is that NFT community. It takes all members, to get it up and running. It's just not a click of the button, as we all know in this space.
And Novo, do we want to talk a little bit about the POAP for this particular space for today?
Oh, people love that POAP. First, if you haven't been following 137, they've been giving away, I think, 25 days of POAPs, but we're going to be giving away a POAP for this very, very spaces that we're talking at right now. All right.
There's only 1,000 today.
Whoa, we better get in on that quick. Hostess with the mostest, Cool Blue. How are we going to get this POAP? Do we have to sing a song for it? Are we going to have to sing like a happy birthday song for it? How are we going to go about getting this POAP to our fans out there that are listening?
I love to listen to a birthday song for Coach. That would be fun on this channel, right? How fun. What a fun idea you have over there.
All right, we'll have to do it. I'm going to branch a little shout out to Alan Henna, which his birthday was yesterday. He's an in-house guy who's a juggernaut in the NFT space, helps us out with a lot of capacities, senior strategist. But, happy birthday to you. Help me. Happy birthday to you. Happy 80th birthday, Coach. Thank you for gifting you. Woo! All right, now that you
Crypto Novo, I'm worried that you have a different career path ahead of you.
I wear that anonymity mask for a reason. I am an opera singer only around the house, and it pretty much makes everyone run away. So that's how I get my freedom around the house. But besides me, how are we going to get this POAP? Because it's about everyone else in this space.
Okay, at exactly 1:24 Eastern time, we are going to share a secret word for the POAP, and everyone here who puts it in first is going to get it. So make sure you have the POAP app downloaded so that you can press mint, you can type in the secret word. We're going to share it here in just 3 minutes. Gonna keep you on your toes for that one. But it is coming, and the secret word is similar to the song we just sang. So
you're having all these people trying to pre-plug it in early. We do have time before that 4 minutes is up. How about we get one more question? Or, Gio or Nate, do you guys have any questions for us or anything you want to talk about? I mean, the stage and the mic is ours.
I mean, I think one question that I have for you guys and just for the group at large, I think this is such an exciting area. It's so new. It's really it's engaging so many people in so many different ways. It's engaging people with brands in different ways, way different ways than I ever expected. I'd love to hear your thoughts on what you kind of see in the future for the brands and how you kind of see this evolving.
I love it. And I see brands when they're entering the space, at least towards us, is they're entering in with wanting to learn. They're wanting to learn of how this space is working. And that a lot is driven by the community. So having a community driven approach towards it is the exact way of you're going to link to those community members. If that's providing access, if that's providing goods and services, if that's providing knowledge, whatever that may be, is what we're trying to help with at Vayner NFT. So to us, we come back with a lot of questions to our brands, large brands, small brands, all brands, because we want to facilitate the needs of their clients and their client base. And that was the coolest thing hearing about Gio, just like talking in just like rooms, like, hey, this is the discussions that we're having every day. So it's almost a natural evolving step. And we feel that in your guys' confidence and the spaces today, how we were talking in the green room and multi meetings prior to the spaces, how you guys are encouraged and fired up by this. And it's very encouraging to us.
Yeah, no, but one thing I would add to that, I mean, as much as we love our stores, we love everything that we do online, but a lot of customers are actually shopping and they're interacting with content on different channels, and I think we really want to be where they are. If they don't come to us, we want to be where those, maybe the coolest kids are and really talk to them in a new way. So, and God knows what's next. Maybe this is the beginning of a new generation and of a new way of doing. And that's one of the other reasons why I think this feels so authentic for us.
Yeah, and whenever we think about what we were mentioning earlier, I told you I keep going back to what Renee said. We really identify with our avatars as we do with the decisions we make in our lives, with what our fashion is, what we drink, and our choices. I think that's a reason why a lot of the NFT space gets very protective. And they're skeptical when brands come in. This is something that we've seen with very large brands, and the Rolling Stones putting a Bored Ape on their cover. Every single brand will get some heat for going into the NFT space. So I want to ask, why is Coach so boldly taking this leap, knowing that the space is skeptical to brands entering?
I think we can probably we both have some thoughts on that. I think first and foremost, innovation, digital innovation, drive, consumer centricity, and being very close to where the customers are is the number one reason why we're diving into this, because we can't, this is not, any area where we're starting to see customers go or people go is just where everyone's going. I mean, I think at the end of the day, the story of like this being a household conversation in my house is an example that it's not just, brands are people too. They're made of people, and that brands are essentially driven by people who live in the real world. And if our own employees and if us as people are actually entering into spaces, then it really makes sense for our brand to go there as well. And I think Coach stands for courage and entering into new spaces boldly. So I think it makes a lot of sense that we take this step.
I see why you have the big letters in front of your name. I couldn't have said it any better myself. I mean, that is on point exactly. You guys are talking about it in your war rooms. You guys are hearing it from your community members. And we're going to help all of those community members out right now with the POAP. All right. So if you don't know how to get this POAP, if you don't know how to get this POAP, take your time. There's plenty of ways that you can facilitate learning how to get your POAP. And a lot of this time in the space is getting that information and learning about that information. But I'm going to give it to the coolest of the bluest and the hostess with the mostest to give out the POAP word.
I just became a very hot commodity right now as the one with the POAP secret word. Very excited about that. But more excited to share with everyone who's been here. I know this is during work hours. We're all very busy. So thank you so much to everyone who showed up, who gave their time, who listened until the end. This is amazing. I know we have a lot of Coach fans in the house. Oh, I also want to give a shout out to Chris Joyce in here. And Elena, Alan, awesome. Hey, VNFT people. Okay, without further ado, drum roll, please. The POAP secret word today is all lowercase, birthday. So it's birthday, birthday. It is case sensitive. So make sure it's lowercase. We have birthday because we are celebrating a very special 80th birthday for Coach family.
Yay! Happy birthday, Alan Henna, too. Trouty, thank you very much for the Mondavi talk yesterday. That's some pretty cool stuff. Seb, what do you got?
I want to give a shout out to Avery. Hey, Avery, thanks for jumping by. And thank you to Gio.
Hey, Avery.
Avery, we love you. Avery is our fearless leader and president of Vayner NFT, and we appreciate her leadership throughout this project. Renee and Gio, thank you so much for your kindness throughout this project. Thank you for your curiosity and your exploration. And this is just the beginning. So we're so excited. Everyone, please stay posted on Coach's Twitter account for a big announcement tomorrow. And anything else, Leslie, Novo?
I just like to leave it the same way every time. Stay positive and love life. Peace.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
That was great.
That was awesome.
That was really, really good.
Woo!
What a birthday party, huh?
That was good. You guys are rock stars. Yes, that was awesome.
That was amazing. I loved your answers. I loved your energy.
Hold on. Oh, here.
Oh, is the volume-
We're giving you the biggest accolades too.
Oh my God, everybody's texting.
Yeah.
Everybody's texting.
You guys need a podcast. You need to start a podcast.
That was
You
so
know
much
what?
fun.
I'm just gonna share something. So the day where,